right. He has done every dirty job you can think of, and now he is trying something new, connecting strange but important events throughout history all together.
Yes, the almighty Mike Rowe joins us live to tell us more. Good morning, Mike.
The almighty.
Yes.
You flatter me, Courtney. Thank you.
It is my pleasure.
Okay, so the show is called 6 Degrees with Mike Rowe.
Take your seats, everyone. Take your seats.
Yeah, we have a live studio audience here. The show is called 6 Degrees with Mike Rowe. And the premise is essentially you guys take two seemingly unrelated events through history, and then you explain how they are related. To give you an example, the episode that I watched yesterday was how a mousetrap can cure your hangover.
How is this possible, Mike?
Well, it's not only possible, it's inevitable. And it would take me an hour to truly walk you through it, which is what we do in the episode. But the premise is exactly as you described. We ask a truly ridiculous question at the beginning of each episode. How can a mousetrap cure your hangover? How can a horseshoe find your soulmate? How did a volcano save Eminem's career? The weirder, the better. And in the course of answering it, we use every production device imaginable, from puppets to animation to recreations. I even hire my old buddy Chuck, who I went to high school with, who's a terrific actor. He portrays 35 different historical figures. So the whole thing is a romp. It's an attempt to make a history show for people who would never watch a history show.
Here's my question. I'm always wondering how things come about. So did you say, hey, I wonder what a mousetrap could do for someone, you know?
Yeah, what's the production meeting like for this?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of different ways to come at it, but the big thing was with the advent of Wi-Fi and the internet, we all now have access to 98% of all the known information in the world, and we all have the same access to it.
Yeah.
So part of the reason today people argue so much about our past is because there are 1,000 different ways to tell the same story. So I didn't want to tell a traditional story. I wanted to prove that you can tell any story 1,000 different ways. And so that's what started the whole thing. It's like the old parlor game, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Except here, it's with history. And Kevin Bacon wasn't available, so they got me.
Now, hang on. I'm sure you were the first choice for this. One of the things that I think has always stuck out about you is your voice. You've done a ton of voiceover work and stuff.
Yeah.
I just found out, though, that you were at one point in your life a professional opera singer and also barbershop quartet singer. Is that, in fact, true?
It is true. I don't do much opera anymore, but when I get back home to Baltimore, I get my old quartet together and we take a boat out into the Chesapeake Bay, and we sing and drink beer into the wee small hours of the morning, and that's still a lot of fun. But yeah, my career started in 1982 in the Baltimore Opera, where I sang for 8 years.
Wow.
And I would assume you were a soprano.
Of course. It's a silly question, of course.
I was a soprano, and then my voice dropped, and I became an alto. But no, the opera was great fun. It was like the first dirty jobs. I mean, honestly, if you can't imagine how bad those costumes smell after a whole season.
Goodness.
Believe me.
I feel another show coming, Mike.
Yeah.
I feel another show coming on.
Imagine how bad this smells with
Mike Rowe sings for his supper.
Exactly.
Well, the show is called 6 Degrees with Mike Rowe. It is on
it.
Disney Plus, which is their Disney. I keep saying that. Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
It's on Discovery Plus, which is their new streaming service.
One of those.
Yeah, it is super interesting. Mike Rowe, we love having you on, and thanks for coming on again.
Thanks. I appreciate it, John. Take care.
He's so